What's up, guys? So we are.
We make the strings louder.
We're at the shop tonight. I realized in yesterday's video that I did not start the Supra for you, so I guess we're gonna start it up today. So I'm gonna hand this thing off to Ty. My brother, Ronnie's here today. What are you doing?
Distracted? Just sort of hanging out, keeping you guys distracted.
Yeah.
On
plan.
That's nice. So check out this startup procedure here. So we still don't have the nice battery in there. So we got that one, because I don't have the terminal things. So that one's all charged up, it's ready to go. But check this out. Almost have the throttle control.
But what's really going on?
That's where it should be. What do you think of that exhaust?
It actually sounds real nice. I like that it's a little bit deeper and not as raspy. Like your drift car kind of has like a raspier sound. This has like a deeper, like almost like a truck.
That just is like the other night when we did the first drive, it drove so much better. But then I started messing with something on the ECU. I don't even know what I did, but maybe it just runs better when it's actually like, kind of like operating temp. So that's basically what we did that night, because I think it's still pretty rich down low.
Smells
You
like
know,
it.
in like the coolant temp. But man, that like once it like revs, it just has that just like Supra sound. I don't know. Damn, I need to get this thing tuned. Like,
You get it.
well, we need to button up all the things. So I guess plan for tonight. We don't have a plan for tonight. So when we figure it out, we'll let you know.
So one question I've been getting a lot from guys I work with, and this is a good question for you, Trevor, is when are you gonna get the sticker put on it?
Oh, jeez. Right now, we're gonna put it on. Right now, I got 2 foot of Avery wrinkle or the air release vinyl. So we just, I guess, let's go home, get the vinyl plotter, bring it over here. Just
That actually
There
wouldn't
we
be a
go.
bad idea.
I mean, before I get it on the dyno, I want to have that sticker on there.
Okay, well.
So before that, all right. So we are back to you guys with a plan, I hope. So you can see right here on the ground, this is the rear piece that goes behind the seat, kind of a little cubby thing. And since the car outside, the parts car was wrecked so bad on the driver's side, you could see it cracked all this plastic. So it'd be like a good template to kind of test some things over there, but it's kind of dirty. It still has like the mouse poo type of stuff on it. And so yeah, I probably won't even mess with that. So I guess the plan is to pull this thing out and steal the rear panels from the right side on it, because I do have the left side ones that are good. That car, rainy day Supra, everybody's asking me, you know, what I'm going to do with it, and it's basically like a bank account. So just consider that a bank account. That's a bank account.
Bank account.
Right here, this is some of the rear plastics that go underneath the hatch, and like this thing is the one that goes back here. This is all stuff that was in good condition from that other car. So we're gonna pull that thing out, rob some things off of it. We're gonna make the back of this kind of look a little bit more complete. That'll give me a little bit of an idea where to build this stuff up, and if I could actually get away with putting the battery right there. A lot of people were talking about you know, like the rear seat delete, and telling me to basically like use my rear seat that I already have. So this is my my seat dilemma. So right here, here's the rear seats out of that car. You know, obviously the mouse poop one. You can see this section right there has like some really grimy stuff, and it just kind of has a little bit of a smell to it, as well as, since the car was wrecked, you can see right here, it's all bunched up. So I mean, you could probably just actually stretch that back out. So that's not bad, but it just kind of has a little bit of an odor to it. Maybe I just need to like soak it in like a like vinegar solution or something like that. But then you kind of have all this, you know, this pad. I don't know. You want to give it a smell, Ty?
I can smell it from here.
No, maybe that's those though, because those ones are pretty bad too. Here. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, give that a
Oh, fuck off. My fucking nose all clogged too.
So those ones,
throw that away.
Those ones kind of stink. But this thing's good. So I mean, we would have like a hinge thing. I mean, this one, I don't know. Yes, here we go. That one's. Ooh, yeah, Ronnie, your turn.
I already smelled them, but I'll go ahead and give it another sniff.
Ty sniffed it. Your turn to sniff it. Yep. Prepare yourself.
Oh wow.
That's pretty good, huh? And then the front seat dilemma. So I was really stoked when I got this car, but I didn't know the extent of like the rat stuff. So this is the driver's seat right here. You can see that thing has an extensive amount of crap right there. It wasn't actually mouse poop. I think there's actually like some weeds and stuff, and they kind of decomposed right there. So this thing kind of smells. I already pressure washed this one. I think on that one. The passenger one is actually in pretty good condition, and it would probably be okay. But this one kind of has a smell, as well as the bracket is kind of bent. And then the black and orange seat out here. Like I said in yesterday's video, it kind of just has a weird like lean to it. So when you're sitting in it, it kind of like sits down, and then this right here is as far forward as it goes. So if you go like that, it doesn't click and hold itself until right there. So there might be some adjustment that we could do to that. I will use this temporarily because it actually bolts in there, but that bride actually looks pretty cool in there, and I do kind of like that. So I'm probably going to order brackets and maybe play with some seats that I have laying around, and then maybe order some seats. But I'm tired of talking. I'm running out of my voice. We're going to put this Super Dash away, pull this thing out, drop some interior panels, and we'll go from there.
It almost does smell like a zoo. So one thing I kind of told my brother about, and I don't know, maybe one of you guys knows a little bit more about these things, but I told him he could probably just have the foam replaced and have them reupholstered at a shop somewhere. So that might be an option too, but something we're going to have to look into.
Alright, so we got the rear panel back here. As you can see, this little grill, it has these little clips in it, so it pops out. So I guess if I were to have a fuse or something below, I could actually check them, because these are the only ones that are actually occupied. I do have a little bit more room in here, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this back off. And I kind of have it zip tied in there loosely right now, but I should be able to pull it back up in there so that way I could kind of suck it back up a little bit. But I guess the plan is to go ahead and just delete that rear speaker right there. I'd much rather have this tucked away in there and hidden versus you know, having, I guess, maybe a box. And maybe we will end up doing a rear seat. We might end up installing that, but yeah, I guess time to rearrange it a little bit more.
And you could always put some like tweeters or something like right in there later on if you want.
Yeah, or like a little box or something with some speakers if I decide I need it. But honestly, like, this thing's gonna have a 2J with a big old Garrett turbo and
that does make its own music
and a 4-inch exhaust. Like, really, like, it'll just be kind of like filler music, just to kind of like when you're driving and you're like, oh, okay. But I mean, really, like,
to drown out the drone.
Yeah, to drown off, like, to at least like kind of level out the drone. If it has drone, it might not. But I mean, it is a 4-inch exhaust.
It's gonna have drone.
So I mean, it's probably gonna have some stuff. But
Especially at 6-speed, bud.
you think?
Yeah.
Why? All right. So I'm kind of excited about this. This is kind of the purpose of tonight, was to figure this out. So here's this battery box right here. You can see right here on the inside of this, there's this lip that basically, this little trunk mat that rides over the spare tire goes. And look at that. It's like perfect. I think once the other thing, so it'll honestly just be like perfect right there, and I could set something really heavy right there and it won't bow that. Because I don't think I'm gonna have a spare tire in here. And then I could keep my rear seat. I could keep the fuse panel in that thing and I could pull it off. So I guess now I need to get a rear seat because my one over there kind of sucks. But it's looking like this thing's gonna be a car, maybe. So, and we also put this panel up right here because that was kind of ugly. And then these ones, honestly, I'm not too stoked on the condition of these. I thought they were better, but this one and this one were out of that other car, and they're kind of beat up. So I'm gonna be looking for some like new interior panels for this side. At least the ones on this side are really nice, but. I know, and I have the carpet too, so I could almost like put it in here and like make it look like it's done if I wanted.
Yeah.
Should I put that factory subwoofer back in here?
I mean, yeah. Now that if you're gonna run the rear seat and have the battery back here, I think you should, so it looks like complete and OEM.
Yeah.
That'd be tight.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the way to do it. So got the battery officially mounted. Went ahead, drilled some holes. It's nice to get them nice little countersunk bolts, and it pretty much goes directly above the fuel tank. So you can see right there, got the big washers, big bolts, and then the other ones are right up front, somewhere in there. They're right there. So anyhow, we have the battery officially mounted, so I am really stoked about that. You can see that thing is like not going anywhere, and again, the nice thing is we could go ahead and just stick this guy right here. You can see on the subwoofer, I guess that's another perk of having the subwoofer there, is so it basically rests right back here on these little lips, and then it does the same thing right there in the front. And I have some stuff in the way right now. Maybe I don't. Maybe it just needs to go down. But yeah, so that will pretty much be my back storage tray thing. And then where's the carpet? Hold on. So yeah, that's pretty much what it should look like. There is some pieces of foam that I have that will kind of fill in this area right there, and I probably will end up having to cut it, kind of run some wires or whatever beneath that. But yeah, then we will have a complete looking trunk. I do have put this panel in right there. That one's just kind of in real quick, and then I have the panels going on the whole passenger side of the car. So yeah, now I am really stoked about this. I was kind of scared about this whole battery situation because I honestly didn't think that it would fit under here as good as it did, and it fits really nice. So I guess now is to get a back seat, because I mean, honestly, I always kind of did have plans of having a back seat in here, but yeah, there is another guy on YouTube. His name is Boosted Lifestyle. He has a black back seat that we kind of talked about, and so be sure to just head over to his channel and be like, hey, Motion Auto said he needs that black rear seat, and we'll kind of go from there. He's building a Supra, like a crazy drag Supra of his own, and has a pretty cool channel as well. So yeah, I'm kind of waiting to figure out something with that. But I am really stoked about getting some stuff right here. Obviously, fuse panel, wiring, all that stuff is run down the side. Everything is still in a really like temporary mock-up situation, so please don't hate on it too much. The other thing is I would like to delete that factory stereo right there. So I might be maybe in the next like week or so going to like Best Buy, going to Best Buy and grabbing a you know, like a double din, maybe with like some CarPlay, and then pretty much just not run the speakers in the rear, just have the subwoofer, maybe figure out a way if I could hook that up to like a really small amplifier, and yeah, go ahead and just have the two 6.5s up front and call that good. And then we could go ahead and put the carpet in it, and then this thing will look really like a Supra. The one other thing I've been procrastinating on is the trim on the sides. I need to kind of body work a couple of those things and get them painted so that they look nice, new, and OEM. I also stole the brake ducts because I need brake ducts off of this car, and so that way I could officially mount the side skirts. So there is a lot of things that kind of, I guess, are moving forward. The other thing is power steering, but you guys already know that. I do appreciate you guys watching, and I guess for sticking around for this video. I am giving this little Milwaukee stubby thing a test, so I guess I'll give you guys an update on this thing. But that is a rad little 3/8 stubby thing that Milwaukee just kind of came out with. So it's the first cordless one. There's been a lot of air ones, so I'll let you guys know how it is so far. It's pretty cool. One other thing is I will be making all brand new basically cables for battery, you know, battery positive going from the alternator to the starter, and then the starter all the way back up here, and then making like my own custom ground cable as well, and then probably some extra grounds on the engine. I just thought I'd clarify that because it's again, all the wiring, a lot of it's temporary in testing stages before I put the carpet and everything. And I do have the pretty much brand new black carpet right there, and so before I do all that stuff and you know, officially get this thing looking 100% like a Supra on the inside, I want to make sure everything works. See you guys later.